Hello and welcome back to the Beautiful Things channel. Today you are joining me back at home for another What I've Been Loving video. I only do these videos as and when I've stacked up enough things to show you. Whilst it's really nice to do a monthly Things I've Been Loving video, quite often I can go month by month without purchasing anything. So all of the items that I'm going to show you today are things that I have bought personally or have been bought for me by my friends and family as gifts. Everything has been purchased with my own money or the money of my friends or family. I've tried them all, I love them all, so I'm not just showing you sponsored content. So let's start. This is an absolute must. Now you will probably have seen these before on other videos and other travel hack videos, but it is something that I absolutely love. I bought mine in the Black Friday sale, not just gone, but the one before that. So I've been using it for well over a year and I love it. And so much so that my husband has actually been and bought one now too. So this is my husband's. And this is mine. Now mine came in a lovely little bag which I really liked. Now what it is, for those of you in the know, is a multi-USB travel plug. Now I've seen lots of people recommend these before, however they are just USBs with a British plug on the back, and they need to then be put into an adapter when you travel. The great thing about my one is that it is a travel adapter. So in the back here it has two little pins that you can slide up, and when you are in the States that works perfectly in your socket directly. And if you're in a hotel with the multi-sockets, which can fit a lot of different plugs, which seem to be kind of rolling out now, then this will go straight into the wall. But if you are in a country where that doesn't work, then it comes with little adapters. So there is a little European one, there is an English one, and there is an Australian one, and they all slot on. So I'll put the English one on just to show you. They slot into these two little pins. So all you do is, with the pins closed, slide your little adapter in, it pops onto the pins and it turns your plug into an English 4 USB plug, or slide it out, pop in another one, you've got a European 4 USB plug. So it's absolutely fantastic. So when I travel, I obviously always take that, and then I take the relevant socket for whatever country I'm going to be in. I normally take the British one as well, because one of the things that I like to do when I travel is spend time in an airport lounge. So if I want to charge up my device and potentially all my kids' devices as well, I can use the English one while I'm traveling on my way. Also, sometimes I will take with me an extension cable in my suitcase so that I only have to plug one plug into the socket in whichever country I'm traveling in using an adapter, and then I can put my USB plug into my extension cable if I want. So this has been so useful when traveling. I take it with me whenever I go abroad, and as I say, Mr. Max even bought his own. So I will link one down below for you, and I will try and find my little one that comes in the bag because I think it's super. If not though, I will pop one like this down in the box below, and you could always put it in a little drawstring bag of your own or a little zip up pouch. You don't have to keep it in the packet like Mr. Mac does. The second thing that I'm loving at the moment is this heavy duty stick-on Velcro. It comes in a roll. I purchased mine from Amazon, and in the box here you've got both layers stuck together, so you just cut off however much you want. Now I use this to put picture frames on the wall. Let me show you. So I'm not going to go into too much detail, but this is my command center on the side of my cupboards in the kitchen. You can see it's attached here, and these have been up since November and they have gone nowhere. On one of the frames I put a long strip of velcro all the way along the top, but I realised it was completely unnecessary. And the other frames have just got 2 little pieces on either corner. The great thing is, if you are doing something like a command centre or a to-do list or something like that and you want to take it off the wall to clean it, you just simply peel it off and it leaves the velcro attached to the cupboard and the other piece attached to your frame. You can then wipe off if you're using a white marker or change whatever picture you want to change and pop it back on again, and you've not got any damage to your walls. So I absolutely love this. It's absolutely superb. So again, I will link that down below. The next thing that I've been using is this. It's called Mario Badescu drying lotion. So you can see it's a clear liquid. You're advised not to shake it. I'm going to turn it around slowly. It's a clear liquid, and at the bottom here is like a sediment, and it's this sediment that you put onto your skin. Now it's designed to help you combat spots. Now in my 40s I have started to suffer from spots. I never ever used to get spots before, and it's something I'm really struggling with. I get big hard lumps on my skin, and they're really painful, and they can take weeks before they actually come to a head, so to speak, and can be dealt with. Whereas this stuff is brilliant. What you do is you pop a cotton bud into that sediment at the bottom, pick it up on the cotton bud, pop it onto your spots at night time. Once you've cleansed, toned and moisturised, pop it onto all of the spots, go to sleep, wake up in the morning, and overnight it has dried out and brought to a head, if necessary, your spots. Now it isn't a miracle cure, I'm not going to say that. It doesn't work overnight, literally in one night. You don't wake up, if you've got a big old spot like this, you don't wake up the next day without it. This spot is about 4 days old, but the day that it arrived it was huge and it was red and it was really angry. What the drying lotion does is not only does it dry it out, but it flattens it. So if I was to put makeup on, this would be far easier to cover than it would if I hadn't have used the drying lotion. And I am finding that on the little tiny spots, when I see them starting to sneak up on me, if I catch them really quickly, then they don't even come to a head, they just disappear overnight. So it is really good stuff. When I first got it, I was bit skeptical. I was like, you've basically sold me a bottle of calamine lotion, because that's exactly what it looked like. It reminded me of dealing with my kids when they had chicken pox, and it is calamine. There is calamine in there, but there is also camphor, and I can never say this, glycolic acid, which is very strong obviously and is used quite commonly for spots. So it's not a natural medication by any way, shape or form, and it does tingle just a little bit when you put it onto your spots, but I like it to have a little bit of a tingle, because then I think it's actually working. So I approve. I've used it, I like it, I'm going to keep using it. I've only been using it for a week so far, but it has found its way onto my things I love video, and again I will link it down below. Now the next thing I want to share with you are my boots. Now you might think that these are just a plain pair of knee-high boots. They're nice, Claire, but what's so special about them? Let me tell you. I have huge calves. My legs themselves don't really have, well, from the knee down anyway, don't really have any fat on them. They're quite toned because I'm on my feet all day long and I do walk quite a lot. But my calf muscle is big. It's always been big, and I have always struggled with knee-high boots. I cannot buy them on the high street. They simply won't zip up. Unless they are really stretchy and elasticated pull-on boots, then there is absolutely no way that I can buy knee-high boots. Until now. So my lovely admin assistant Viv came in to BTHQ earlier on last year and told me all about Simply Be. Now I've heard of Simply Be before. They are an online fashion company for ladies who require plus size garments predominantly. But what they do is they do wide fitting boots, but they're not just any old wide fitting boots. They have an entire calculator that you can use. You measure all of the different measurements that they tell you to take on your leg and your foot and your shoe size, and you put it all into their little online calculator, and it does some maths and it tells you exactly what style boot you need to buy. And they have lots of different sizes and styles to suit. So basically it is your perfect boot finder. Now my boots were £85, which it's not extortionate. It's probably a bit more than I would have spent if I'd gone into, say, Marks and Spencer's or somewhere like that. But for the fact that they actually fit and they are really comfortable and they are 100% leather, I don't think that is bad at all. So prices range, I think, from about 60 up to just over £100, obviously depending what style you buy. But what it will do is it will tell you what size leg you need and what size foot you need. Once you then put that into the system, it will then bring up all your available options, and you can then browse the catalogue of boots specifically picked for you. So I absolutely love it. I did contact Simply Be and ask them if they would give me an affiliate link for you. Unfortunately, I'm simply not on brand for them, so they said no, but I will just link the website down below for you anyway, so you can go and have a look, and make sure that you tell them that I sent you. Now the last thing that I want to share with you was a splurge, but I am loving it. I recently bought the app for my daughter's iPad called Procreate. Now, if you are a creative type and you like to draw, you may well have seen it before. But Procreate is basically an online drawing tool. So you get yourself a lovely canvas and you draw pictures. Now, you can use your finger, but it doesn't work all that well. It is recommended that you use an Apple Pencil. Now, I was horrified when I discovered how much this Apple Pencil is. There's two models. There's a new model and this is an older model. This older model was £89, which for a piece of metal that I could lose really easily horrified me. But I tried a cheap alternative from Amazon. It didn't work and I got incredibly frustrated, so I decided to push the boat out and buy this, and I'm so glad I did. I've been able to create some really wonderful things. The thing that I'm most proud of is this sheet of stickers. I drew all of these images myself and I am so proud of them. They took me hours and hours and hours to do, but I really enjoyed it. I have fallen down a Procreate rabbit hole. I can get hold of this iPad probably about, I don't know, 8:30 at night, once Izzy's asleep and in bed, and I can sit on the sofa and before I know it, it's midnight. You just lose yourself completely in drawing. At the moment, I'm in the process of doodling. Let me show you. Oh, where'd it go? Doodling something else. This has taken me forever, but I am really proud of it. There's still a lot more work to go into it yet, and I could actually see that potentially as a fabric. I've been really enjoying it. What I like about it so much is that I can draw, but I'm not very good at when I make a mistake. So if you're drawing on paper, obviously once you've drawn something, you've kind of got to commit, and if you rub it out, then potentially you can rub something else out that you've done that you liked, and it's just incredibly frustrating. With Procreate, you can build your drawing in layers, so once you've got something right, you can switch it off so it can't be touched again. Start another layer above it, and if you completely screw that up, you can rub it out and you're not going to damage what you've already done. So you just build your work up in a number of layers. I think in this piece there's something like 40 layers in this already, because I've been shading things in and rubbing stuff out, but because you're only working on each individual layer, you're not damaging the work below, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm not going to do tutorials or anything like that on it. There are hundreds out there on YouTube, and you will fall down a Procreate rabbit hole, I warn you. Quite often I will have one on and I will just follow it just to learn a new technique, and then I will turn it off and I'll go back to whatever it is I'm drawing and use that technique. week, and it's just really nice to be learning something new and creating something, but it's really mindful. I'm really enjoying it. But it is dangerous, I warn you. You do need an iPad Pro. This is an old iPad Pro. It was actually a Mr. Max and then got passed down to Little Miss Mac. And the Apple Pencil is mine. So we have a deal in our house because she likes to use it too. I have to ask to borrow the iPad, but she has to ask to borrow the Apple Pencil. So we have to share nicely. We did find it quite hard when we were traveling to Australia recently because both of us wanted to draw on the plane, so we had to do it in shifts. So it's really enjoyable. There's loads that it can do. I think one of the things I like most is you can watch back your drawing. So let me show you if I can get it to do it. Yeah, here we go. You can time-lapse replay. So you can see, I'm just gonna watch, you can see all the layers. I'm gonna talk over it while it does it. You can see all the layers that I've done. So I started by sketching and getting my outline, and so I was happy with it. Then I turned it down so it was paler, started to kind of go over it with bright colours, and then I filled in each of those sections. So that pink layer and the green layer, they're both separate. Then I started on another layer, filled it all in, coloured it all in. Then another layer. So I've got all the basic bits drawn first of all, and then I started adding more detail. So you can see the smaller elements now. These are all completely separate layers. Then I started colouring in and shading that pink bit. I mean, so this has taken me hours, but that's it now, that's finished. So that just did that for you, but I think that probably was about 2 or 3 hours worth of drawing. So it's great though, because you can watch back what you did and remind yourself how you did it, and then that way you can think, oh well, I wouldn't do it that way next time, I'd maybe do it differently. So I love it. Big dirty rabbit hole though, I warn you in advance. If you do get into your Procreate, do make sure you join our free crafty Facebook. The link is down below, and I would love to see how you're getting on. I'd love it if you'd share some of your work with me. So those are the things I'm loving. Oh no, there's one more thing to show you. I'm sorry. Now this is a cheeky one because I haven't used it, but I do love it and I know I'm going to love it. It was a birthday present from Mr. Mac, and it is a Mia Tui bag. Now this isn't the bag itself, this is the bag it comes in, which I think is nice for a start. You can store your bag in a cloth bag when you're not using it. It's always nice. And here is my Jenny bag. It's huge. So it is really lovely. It's a soft, it's not leather, but it's leather-like bag. And it has a section on the back here that slides over my hand baggage handles on my case. So I can have this as my handbag with all of my bits and pieces in it. I can slide it over my wheelie case handles. When I get onto the plane, I can put my wheelie case up the top, and this one can go under the seat in front of me. Obviously this isn't for short haul flights. If I had it was on a short haul flight, I would just have this as my hand baggage. I wouldn't also have a little cabin baggage, but before I checked in, then I could slide it over my case handles too. Now there's 2 sizes to the Jenny bag. I've gone for the large one because I need to fit my laptop in it. I like to always have my laptop in my hand luggage because I often work at the airport or on the plane, and also I like to keep it with me at all times so that I know it's not going to get damaged in the hold. But what I love about this bag is not only is it huge and it fits everything, but it comes with loads of little bits and pieces. So this is the inside. It's got an insulated bottle pocket on one end, so you can put your water bottle. It's got 2 pen pockets. It's got another water bottle. It's got an internal side pocket. It's got another internal side pocket. It's got an internal zipper pocket. It comes with a full-length strap if you want to wear it across your body. And it comes with a mobile phone pocket, 2 pen pockets, an elasticated strap with a little claw on it so that you can attach your keys, and then 2 extra bags inside it. A little clear bag for your toiletries. It's a bit small for me, but nice thought. And a little leather pouch, and this is really handy. What I love about this is it also comes inside it with another crossbody strap and a wrist strap too. So what you can do is you could put your purse and your passport in here and any boarding passes, wear it across your body. It means that when you're traveling with friends and family, if you do what we do and kind of park yourself either in a lounge or a seating area or a cafe or a restaurant and you want to wander off to the shops, you can leave your bag in your case with your family or your friends, whoever you're traveling with, and you've got your passport, your money and your boarding card with you, so that you can wander off to the shops. You've got both hands free to squirt perfume and try on makeup, and then when you come back to your bag you can simply pop that inside. The other option for your passport is there is also a zippy pocket on the back of this section here, and it's just about the right size for a passport and a boarding ticket. So again, if you've got it on top of your case and you're wheeling it through the airport, you know that you can reach in here and get your passport out when you're getting onto the plane, and it's nice and secure and close to your body, so it's not just going to be pickpocketed. I am going to have a great time traveling with this bag. I literally cannot wait to go on holiday again. I'm not traveling now again by air until April, but when I do, this will be going with me and I'm really looking forward to packing it. So I think what I will do is do another little packing video for you, specifically on how I pack my hand luggage and all of my tips and techniques and all of the bits and pieces that I make sure that I have with me, because I know that that's something that you will like. So Tui, a bag for all your needs. And they do loads and loads of different bags, not just these travel bags. They do backpacks, they do crossbody bags, they do all sorts. And they are really, really good. The bag I have is the Jenny. My mum has actually just bought herself a Jenny Mini, which is slightly smaller, not that much smaller, but slightly smaller. So if you don't need to carry a big full-size MacBook in your bag, you may be better with the Jenny Mini. It still has all of the same mini bags inside and straps and extra bits. It's just as nice. It is purely a smaller version of what I've just shown you. She's off to Australia later on this year and she's really getting herself ready for a long haul flight. She's not done one for quite a few years, so she is using and abusing my knowledge and taking on as many tips as she can from me. So when she saw that I'd got mine, she was like, I need one of those. Again, I will link it down below for you if you think it would be of interest to you. I think, to be fair, even if you don't fly and you just go on mini breaks or weekends away, I think it's an absolutely brilliant bag, especially because it's got that attachment, so you can just pop it onto the top of your case and you are pretty much hands free and shoulder free, and you're not going to end up with neck ache or, like I get, a really sore shoulder from carrying heavy bags. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave me a comment down below. Please like the video, and if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do. I post 3 times a week. Every Friday I do a behind the scenes video of my craft studio which I own and teach classes from, and then on a Monday and Wednesday I upload content that is either crafty and creative or just general lifestyle things that I think my audience will enjoy, hence this video. I will see you all again soon. Thank you very much for watching. Bye!